This is your Barbados Today Evening News Update for Wednesday, October 3rd. So glad you could join us. I'm Fernella Wedderburn. A Christchurch family of 5 is now homeless after fire destroyed their home at Silver Hill this afternoon. 40-year-old Junior Low, 27-year-old Shanae Sam, 60-year-old Abdul Am, and 2 children ages 12 and 8 lived at the wooden house. 7 fire officers and 2 fire tenders responded to the blaze, which occurred around 1:15 p.m. Police are continuing investigations. Meanwhile, the man shot at Country Road, St. Michael this morning remains hospitalized. Renico Murray of Gardenland, Country Road, suffered injuries to his lower back and arm. Police say he remains in stable condition and investigations are continuing. In other news, efforts by the Transport Board to improve services for frustrated commuters have hit a snag. Amid growing complaints about the lack of buses, the board this evening issued an apology, while at the same time cautioning that delays will likely to continue, at least for the time being. According to the board, while service had improved with 110 buses on the road at the start of the new school year in September, the recent passage of Tropical Storm Kirk hampered the number of buses which had to traverse flood waters. The board says some 40 buses were damaged as a result, and they have been removed from service. Of that 40, only 17 are back on the road. In addition, the Transport Board said a container of parts to be used in the maintenance and refurbishment project was damaged at a port in Jamaica en route to Barbados, and this has also delayed repairs to a number of buses. The board said all these factors have affected its ability to deliver efficient service, and it is therefore appealing to the public for patience as it continues efforts to correct the situation. For the second straight day, workers at the Town and Country Planning Department remained off the job. In fact, the Garrison St. Michael office is expected to stay closed for the rest of the week. Word of this from Assistant General Secretary of the National Union of Public Workers, Wayne Waldron. The workers walked off the job yesterday because of several concerns about the facility, including mold, termites, a leaking roof, and rodent droppings.
You're talking about work that will take a while. You're talking about the removal of the carpet and the tiling, government procedures going through procurement, going through procedures, approval. But my thing is that the carpet cannot be done in a day and the replacement of tiles, to be honest with you.
Okay.
I think there's an understanding, my understanding to the balance the staff will not be expected to be really functional in that business, be really big, but Monday they will report with the staff, they will communicate back with the staff.
Plans are still afoot to transform 2 of the island's polyclinics to 24-hour facilities. Health Minister Lieutenant Colonel Jeffrey Bostick says discussions have been continuing with unions and other relevant associations, and much headway has been made.
I've gone around to the polyclinics to meet with the nurses and the doctors. And we are at this stage now, we are still in discussion stages, but we've had some very fruitful discussions. The unions have had some positions that they put before the ministry, and with some justification, and we are working together to be able to come up with what would be a workable plan for all concerned.
The Winston Scott Polyclinic in St. Michael and the David Thompson Health and Social Services Complex are 2 polyclinics targeted for the change. One travel expert is encouraging Barbados and other Caribbean destinations to go after more high-end travelers instead of simply focusing on growing arrival figures. Chief Marketing Officer of Travel Leaders Group, Stephen McGillivray, told Caribbean tourism stakeholders attending the Caribbean Tourism Organization's State of the Industry Conference in the Bahamas that it was also critical for tourism officials to form closer ties with travel agencies and travel advisors to promote their destinations. He insists that travel agents still remain relevant despite social media and other new technologies used to lure tourists.
Our advisors were influencers long before social media existed. Just as there are misperceptions about the Caribbean, There are similar false impressions about travel agencies becoming less relevant. A new focus rate survey found that travel agents are the largest distribution segment, representing 30% of total travel sales. Focus rate says travel agents sell 2/3 of all cruises and 68% of all package tours. MMGY data suggests that travel agents sell 75% of all international law.
There's regional and international news after this short break.
Barbados Today, news you can trust.
To regional news, get ready to rumble. The words of President of the Oilfield Workers Trade Union, Ansel Roger, as he led hundreds of Petrochin workers on an historic mother-of-all matches to save the jobs of 4,800 oil workers. It's the first time in decades that the OWTU was joined by the All Trinidad General Workers Trade Union, the Public Service Association and political parties, the Congress of the People and the Movement for Social Justice. The match is expected to take place over 3 days. Roger said the match is aimed at attracting citizens who are unaware of the importance of Petrochin to Trinidad and Tobago.
Save all that energy for Friday morning around where the mother of all matches, the monster match, will take place, where all Petrochin workers, all concerned citizens, anybody or everybody who ever did care about Trinidad and Tobago will join with us. Join with us not just to save the refinery, that is important. Join with us not just to save Petrochin, that is important. But join with us for justice, for truth, to save Trinidad and Tobago.
Further afield in the U.S., 3 moderate Republicans who could be pivotal in determining whether the Senate confirms U.S. Supreme Court nominee Brett Kavanaugh criticized President Donald Trump today for mocking a woman who has accused the judge of sexual assault. We get more in this report from Reuters Television.
Certainly she was a very credible witness.
Days after calling Christine Blasey Ford credible, following her testimony in which she accused Supreme Court nominee Brett Kavanaugh of sexual misconduct, President Trump reverting to the mean at a rally in Mississippi.
36 years ago, this happened. I had 1 beer, right? I had 1 beer. Well, do you think it was? Nope, it was 1 beer. Oh, good. How did you get home? I don't remember. How'd you get there? I don't remember. Where is the place? I don't remember. How many years ago was it? I don't know. I don't know.
On Wednesday, 3 key Republican votes to confirm Kavanaugh, Senators Jeff Flake, Lisa Murkowski, and Susan Collins, all rebuking Trump's remarks.
The president's comments were just plain wrong.
The White House said Trump was simply stating the facts.
And frankly, facts that were included in Special Prosecutor Rachel Mitchell's report. He was stating facts that were given during Dr. Ford's testimony. And the Senate has to make a decision based on those facts and whether or not they see Judge Kavanaugh to be qualified to hold the position on the Supreme Court.
Meanwhile, the FBI's investigation into the sexual misconduct allegations against Kavanaugh is nearing the end, as the White House ordered a deadline of Friday to wrap it up, and several people with information related to those claims say they have tried in vain to speak with the investigators conducting the probe.
And that's news, but for the very latest, visit our website at www.barbadostoday.bb. You can also subscribe to our e-paper, email updates, and like us on Facebook, and sign up for our breaking news alerts via WhatsApp. We're also on Izumi Media and bus terminals, as well as Screenplay and supermarkets, and gas stations near you, and you can also hear us on Mix 96.9 FM. I'm Fernella Wedderburn. Good evening.